Okay, how are Sanskrit studies? Yeah? Have we seen these summary videos? Okay. The summary videos are meant to sort of help those who are busy. And so also if there's any questions as to what to do or how to do it, I will write out the homework also on the website. So you're never asking what should be done before coming to next class. So making it very clear and accessible for you. Okay, and any questions since last session? That's because it's very easy, isn't it? Yes.
Can I ask one, please?
Yes.
I missed the first lesson, but I reviewed
Yeah.
the email and all the academy.
Yeah.
I just have a question about pronunciation of three different sa, and three different s. Sa,
S.
yeah, like sa, pronouncing the burn alphabet.
With which letters are we talking about? We've only done the A, E.
Okay, so you have not done the consonant yet.
Yeah, we have done.
He's asking of search.
Yeah, we've done the. Okay, together. How do we go? A,
Oh, okay.
A, E, U, U. Okay, so we know this very well.
Yeah, that's fine. Up to there, that's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do the consonants today. Yeah. Okay, homework done?
Yes.
Okay, what's Prichasi cha gachati cha?
I ask, you are.
You asked and
Yes. So we have the order. So we have always Ami, and then we got Siti. So all we have to do is I, you, and he, she, or it. And then you put the stem word in between here. So today we're going to learn new words. So all you do is just put a new word there and you add the ending and then you get the same idea. So for example, Prichami, and then just changes the word. Okay. Now let's do Abhyaso nahi tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya Ajirne bhojanam visham. Who would like to do it? Feeling confident? Yes, Tom?
Abhyaso nahi
tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya
Ajirne bhojanam visham.
Good. I was listening to your words very nicely. One more? Yes, yes, he would like to go. I'll listen to your words. Yeah.
Okay.
Abhyaso.
Sorry.
Abhyaso.
I just gotta be nervous that.
No problem. Abhyaso nahi tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya.
Ajirne bhojanam visham.
Okay, very good. One more. Yes, please.
Abhyaso nahi tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya Ajirne bhojanam visham.
Brilliant. Very nice. Nice tone. Yeah. Okay, more. I want to see the pronunciation or hear the pronunciation.
Abhyaso nahi tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya Ajirne bhojanam visham.
Very nice. Yes.
She wants me to.
Okay.
Abhyaso nahi tyaktavyo Abhyaso hi parambalam Anabhyase visham vidya Ajirne bhojanam visham.
Bhojanam.
Bhojanam visham.
Yeah, did you hear the difference between bhojana and bhojana? Yeah. So it has to be we're very strict in the pronunciation. Otherwise, Sanskrit's not Sanskrit with the incorrect pronunciation. Okay, now spoken Sanskrit we have done. Let me see here. Okay, without. Okay, I'm going to take this away actually. Okay, without looking. What's greetings? Okay, what is correct? Incorrect? What is thank you? What is see you again or later? What is madam? What is name? Sir, what is name? What is yes? I was like, what is yes? Let me look it up. What is no? Nahi. So what is nasti? Na-asti is not. But is not, it does not mean not. So nahi is not. We have uttamam?
Excellent.
Wow. Okay, I ran out of any words to...
Kripaya.
Okay, what else? Okay, what is... I'm going to bring... Okay, I'm going to ask you individual. What is... Bhavatyaha?
Female.
No, Bhavatyaha is a feminine. It means your. But why does it say then madam? Because we say if your is feminine, then it is what is your name, madam? And what is Bhavataha? Your, but masculine. So therefore, they're called genitive cases, and we will investigate the cases later. Nama?
Name.
Okay. Kushalam? Yeah. So we're saying your, so but when we say Bhavataha, we say your, sir, exist, your well-being exists, because we say Kushalam asti wa. So well-being exists, wa, yes or no? So it's a question, wa? Okay, so we got that. And please? Again? Yeah, it was strong kripaya, long A. If you say kripaya, then I understand. It's kripaya. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. For the ones who know Devanagari, keep that to yourself. I just want to ask the ones who don't know Devanagari, because I know you got an advantage. Okay, what is... what letters have we covered? I'm going to write properly this time. So, watch the lines. This is when you have the official lines on your paper. So when you write, we go, for example, A. You start from the top, like clothes hanging from the string. 1, 2, 3, and then last roof. Okay? So notice how it's hanging from the top. Okay, what letter is this? Wait. Okay, ahead of me. What letter is this? Okay. And what else have we done? Oh. Okay. So let's draw the letters. How many speak know Devanagari? I want to see again. Okay, okay, good. So that's nice.
It's slightly different than Sanskrit, but I will catch up.
No, there's only Devanagari script. There's no Sanskrit script. There's
Okay.
Sanskrit can be written in any local language, and the main language is either Iast or the one with the diacritics. So when I say Iast, what I mean is this. When I say Iast, what I mean is long I. So those who do know Devanagari, I expect us to know this, because there's a different style called I-trans which means Indian languages transliteration. And this is a style that most people get wrong because it actually, for example, if you write the Brhada, or say Brhada. So this is called the EAST system, or the diacritics. When I say diacritics, I'm talking about the little extra letters or the dots. But the itrans would be equal to something like this. Brhada. And this looks really ugly, right? And it becomes a problem because eventually we're going to start writing letters like this, right? And most people who do itrans, they write both of them as a capital R. So how do you know which one it is? So that's why I do not ever use this one, but we resort to the best one, which is the EAST after the Devanagari. So it's one or the other, but you have to know both because we will mix both in the classes. Okay, and so we all know about the two different variations, right? We know about this. Is this also official in India? These two letters? Yeah. Have you seen both?
Yeah.
Because some people
The
haven't.
first one for one in the book generally.
Yeah.
The second one is writing either way.
Yeah, because it's a different font, and you'll find it in different scriptures that will use the font. Okay. So that's done. Okay, now, what happens when you join letters? So if you want to join, for example, A and E, well, how do you write that? So you go, you first, actually I'm not going to do that, that's a different one. I'm going to say A, and what else have we done? Oh. Okay, for now we're just going to go like this. Ow, just like that. So if you want to join them, you write the A, choose anyone, and then you write the U, and then what goes last? The roof, over both. So that now equals Ow. Yeah, okay. So again, let's do, you're doing this on your piece of paper, of course. E and A. So we go, we write the E, and then I'm going to do a long A actually, and then we write the A, and then what goes? The roof. Now notice how there's a little space in between. Why is there a space? Because when we write the original, we didn't cross it. You see that? Therefore, we leave that space open. Clear? Okay. All right, now, next verse. Verse number 2. Abhyaso, we have done. So it goes like this. On ornaments, we'll see the translation later. Hastasya bhushanam danam satyam kanthasya bhushanam shrotrasya bhushanam shastram bhushanaih kim prayojanam. Okay, let's do the first section after me. I'll go first. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Hastasya bhushanam danam Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. Together. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. Again. Hastasya bhushanam. Wait. Slow down. It's hastasya bhushanam danam. There's a little bit of a bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Again. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. Who would like to go? Yes? Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram.
Bhushanaikim prayojanam.
Okay, just a little bit slower. Let's do it together again. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram.
Bhushanaikim prayojanam.
Okay, one little, too fast. Shrotrasya, we went like this. Shrotrasya bhushanam. I want long U's. Shrotrasya bhushanam. So let's do this again. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. One more. Yes. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kantasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. Bhushanaih. Now when we say h, it's a very silent bhushanaih kim. Bhushanaih kim. It's not bhushanaih h, so it's a very subtle. Bhushanaih kim prayojanam. There's a lot of space over there. Okay. Now let's show you.
What is dot under the letter and dot above the letter? How is there any difference?
Where? Which word?
Like in the first one, Bhushanam, S. There is a dot under the S.
Yeah.
And in
we'll
Satyam, there is a dot above M.
Sure, we'll talk about the sibilants when we talk about the consonants, and we'll see the difference. Yeah, it's how you pronounce it. For now, don't worry about it. Okay, so if we look at the word, I want to show us how to translate something. Okay, so hastasya, hastaha is a hand. Hastao is a pair of hands, a pair. So hastasya, this is called a genitive case. And then bhushanam is ornament. So what is hastasya? So if you say hasta, which is hand, and then if you add the ending at the end, a declension, which we'll get into, then you turn hand into off the hand. So that means hands. So the bhushanam, the ornament of the hand is what? Danam. So we look up danam. What is danam? Okay, so giving. So gift is the ornament of the hand. Okay. And then we say satyam, and if you don't know what satyam is, I'm sure we do. Okay, truth. Kantas. Oh, there's an asya. So this has to be of something. What is now kanta? You look up kanta, kanta, kanta. Okay, neck. So, or throat. So, of the throat, what's the ornament of the throat? It is the truth. Okay. And then, of course, another asya. We have the bhushanam, gift of shrotra. What's shrotra? You look up in the dictionary and you go shrotra, okay, ear. So the shastra, and you go look up shastra, and then you got scriptures, is the ornament of the ears. And then finally, bhushana. Now, bhushana, you understand. Now, ihi. What's this? So this is called a paradigm or a declension. So this is what we have to remember. That's how you recognize what the word actually says. So ihi means it's an instrument of plural. So this means with many ornaments, kim, what? Prayojanam. Prayojanam, you go. What use? So what use with many ornaments? In other words, what use with many other ornaments if the bhushanam is of all of these? You understand? Okay. Okay, one more time. Hastasya bhushanam danam satyam kanthasya bhushanam shrotrasya bhushanam shastram bhushanai kim prayojanam. So, if we were to translate without looking, we would get what? Okay, so let's do a translation without the help. Just don't look. So, danam bhushanam hastasya. Gift, ornament of the hand. So let's put it in normal English. What's the ornament? How would you translate that? The first part. Okay, so gift is the ornament of the hand. Now you can infer, what does giving mean? Well, giving means to be kind, to be generous. So you say generosity is the ornament of the hand. And then we say bhushanam kanthasya satyam. So what does this mean? Satyam kanthasya bhushanam.
Speaking truth.
So bhushanam, that is the ornament, that throat of the throat, truth. So how would you say this in English? Improper. Yeah. Or you can now infer, you can say the ornament of the throat is to speak the truth. Okay. And then you have shastram bhushanam shrotasya. So shrotasya, ear, ornament, shastra. Translate, please.
Ornament of the ear is the shastra.
Yeah, and then again you can infer, you can say, so the ornament of the ear is to hear the words of the shastra. Okay. And then finally, kim prayoj. Kim always means what. So kim prayojanam. So prayojan can also mean what application or what value or what use. And then what use of bhushanaihi. In other words, what is the use with many other ornaments? So how would you translate this in proper English?
What use are the other ornaments?
Yeah, what use are all other ornaments if the ornaments of all of these are as we've just said? Yeah. So that's how to translate. So it's not just about a direct translation, because then you just have something like hastasya bhushanandana, you say of the hand gift. Okay? So we'll start to slowly get used to the translating.
So is that further interpretation of the Sanskrit subjective? Do people, will different people interpret this differently?
As long as you don't stray too far of the original, then it's fine. Yeah, because you have to put context to it. Yeah. For example, if I say bottle drops, I just say bottle drops. I say bottle drops floor. How would you say that in English? You can even say the bottle unfortunately dropped on the floor and made a mess. Yeah. So I didn't really twist the facts. You know, we can say now, okay, well, you made a mess. Well, it's not necessarily, it's not a mess with someone else. So you don't deviate too much from the original meaning, but you give it some context. Yeah. So when we translate, often this is how it goes about. We keep it as close as possible, but then we still bring context so it actually makes sense to the reader. Okay.
What's the Kim mean?
Kim is what? Yeah, so that's a word that will never change. That's one of our favorite words. You'll never have Kim and then a declension at the end. They go, what's this? It's always going to be what? Yeah. Like ch is also. It's called an indeclinable. Okay. Now, spoken Sanskrit. Let's go into. We've done this last week.
What does va mean? Because it was in the vocabulary that.
Which one?
Va.
Wa. Wa means.
It was in the.
Yeah, why is a question? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is a question or it means or?
So instead of question mark, you put va.
Not always.
Okay.
No, you can put if you have Kim, then you don't need wa. You have a double question. Yeah. So you can put wa without the Kim, that would mean a question. Or you can put Kim without the wa, that would mean a question.
But is there a question mark in Sanskrit?
No.
No.
No, there's no exclamation marks or any of that. There's no full stops. There's no capital letters.
Yeah.
There's only one line and then two lines. Then one line means end of line and then two lines end of paragraph. Okay. New vocabulary. Is this too... What is so... Can you see?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so dull. Okay. Tat. Now, when you say tat, tongue, tat, tat. This is not English. For example, if you say T, say the word T. T, where's the tongue? T, T, T. Keep saying T, 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 T. Where's the tongue?
Just a touch.
Yeah, it's behind the teeth. But if you say the word T in Sanskrit, it's always T, 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 T. I believe in Hindi it's also the same?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Similar.
Okay, good. So that is that. Basic words, very important. Now you can start saying Tat Kim.
What's that?
Yeah, Tat Kim, which means what is that? Why did I not say Kim Tat? It's a different order. So, Tat Kim instead of Kim Tat. Yeah. So you have to get used to the order now. It's going to change slightly. E Tat is this. Now it's long E. So E Tat. So we say E Tat, this, E Tat. 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 And tat, that, tat. Tat, that, tat. That. It's a tricky one, right? Let's do that 10 times fast. Tat, that, tat, tat, that, and then etat, this. Kim what Kim, 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 Kim what Kim. Okay, Kim what? Push. Now comes this little S. When you say the word shoe, notice where the tongue is. Shoe. Now this will be, the tongue will be on the top of the mouth, roof of the mouth. It's called a retroflex. So it's, instead of saying push like a shoe, push bum, it will be push, push bum, push bum, push bum. See the difference? The English speakers will find this difficult sometimes, but the Indians won't. So push bum instead of push bum. Push bum, push bum. You see the difference? Push bum, push bum. Yeah. Therefore, push bum is a nice, lovely jasmine flower. Push bum flower, 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 flower push bum. I hope you're writing these. Huh? I hope you're writing these words down because we're gonna have a test. Okay. Vastram, vastram garment, vastram garment, garment vastram. What's a garment? It's a piece of clothing. Vastram, 5 times. Vastram, 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 vastram. Vastram, what's vastram? What's this? What's that? What's flower? Okay. And then, now aspiration, that means puff of air. Palam, palam, palam. If you say palam, here, palam, wrong. Palam, correct. So, pa, so there's a puff of air. Palam is fruit. This is a common word, palam, fruit. We're not talking about karma palam here, we're talking about palam as in a nice fruit. Okay, 5 times. Palam, 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 palam. Okay, and then the water would be. Okay, you can take over the class. Jalam, jalam, water, jalam, water, jalam, water, water, jalam, jalam, water. Okay, you know these words. I can see it on your faces. Dugdham, milk. Dugdham. Not dugdam. Dugdha, dugdham, dugdham. And the tongue is on the front. Dugdham, dugdham, dugdham. So there's a little bit of a force when it comes out. Dugdham is milk. 5 times. Dugdham milk. Dugdham milk. Dugdham milk. Dugdham milk. Dugdham milk. Dugdham milk. Jalam, water. Jalam, water. Jalam, water. Palam, fruit. Palam, water. Milk, dugdam. Milk, dugdam. Milk, dugdam. Fruit, palam. Fruit, palam. Water, jalam. Milk, dugdam. Milk, dugdam. This, that, milk. Okay. Fruit, water, milk. Okay, good. Now leaf, again, this N, this means retroflex, top of the mouth. Now here's the difference. Parnam, this is wrong. Parnam versus parnam, 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 parnam. So the tongue is on the top. Parnam. Yeah, and a speaker will hear this clearly, so you cannot get away with it. So it has a big difference. So parnam leaf, parnam, parnam leaf, parnam leaf, parnam leaf, parnam leaf, parnam leaf, parnam leaf.
Do we drag a little bit?
I'm exact. So parnam, 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 yeah, parnam. Pustakam, pustakam book, pustakam book. And there's no puff of air. It's not p. Pustakam. It's very gentle. Pustak. It's almost like you're swallowing the p. Pustakam book. Pustakam. 5 times. Pustakam. 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 Okay. Spectacles. Upanetram. Long E. Upanetram. Upanetram. Now, not that long, but I'm exaggerating something. Upanetram, upanetram. Upanetram, upanetram, upanetram. It's like when you say Rama is also long A, but it's not like Rama, it's Rama. But you still hear the long A there. Upanetram, 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 upanetram. Upanetram is spectacles. Okay, we do little upanetram spectacles. Upanetram. Everyone, spectacles, please. Upanetram spectacles. Milk, dugdham. Water, jalam. Tat. That's it. Okay, what's this? Okay, hold it. Parnam leaf. Okay, what's okay, what's this? Could be dugtam also, but I don't drink milk. Okay. Vatayanam is window. Vatayanam. 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 Window. Vatayanam. So what's this? Vatayanam. Okay. Vatayanam, window. And then Dura Darshanam. Dura Darshanam. Now, how did I have a television 5,000 years ago? Dura, far. Darshanam, vision. Far vision. Just like television, far vision. Dura Darshanam, television. Anyone watches Dura Darshanam? Oh, very naughty. Must be studying. Dura Darshan. Okay, let's go through all of these, and if I can cover, if I can go like this. Okay, that. This. What? Flower. Garment. Fruit. What is book? Spectacles. Television. Window. Vatayanam. Water. What is parnam? What is jalam? Kim? Kim? Okay, what is upanetram? Dura darshanam? Vatayanam? Pustakam, Palam, Parnam, Pushpam. Huh? Okay. Let's see how much we really learned by going to now a group activity. Okay, ready for a group activity?
Yeah.
Goody.
Majority of these words are Tamil.
Huh?
Majority of these words are Tamil.
Really? Yeah, they bought.
I think they're borrowed words.
Yeah, but it's a different meaning in Tamil, isn't it?
But that's not probably the. It is all borrowed words.
Or maybe
all derived
everything
from
started from Sanskrit.
Evolved, yeah. derived.
Yeah, we don't know who borrowed from who. That's a debate. Or which came first. I've heard the conversation, so we won't get into it. Okay. Now, spoken Sanskrit. Let's get some color here. Etat kim. Okay, now when I say etat kim, what did I say? What is this? And you say tat pushpam. That means that is a flower. Etat kim. 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 Ah, good long E. Etat kim. Vata. Okay, good. That was correct. Etat kim. Dura darshanam. Etat kim. Yeah, Shudham. Etat kim. No, we had this word. We had this word. You say tat. No. Now we used this in the first session. You say tat kushalam nasti. Okay, now you get it. Etat kim tat kushalam asti. Okay. Etat kim, the one on the left. Tat shuddham. Etat kim ashuddham. Okay. Now let's do twos. We forget about the just the top one. Both. Use the word cha and. Etat kim. Okay. Again. Etat kim. Okay. Let's do it slower. I want to give some others a chance. Etat kim. Now we think. First one. Pustakam. Dugdham. And then and goes at the end. Cha. Okay. And then the speed will catch up. So you don't have to worry about speed. I'm not interested in speed. Now we look at this in our minds. We go, what's this? What's this? Yeah. So therefore we go etat kim and we go tat. Okay. So it's about memory here. That's all we need to be concerned about. And then we go 3 of these. And then we go recall. Okay. Jalam. The first one. Parnam. Pushpam. Okay. Go. And then I go etat kim and you go. Cha. Excellent. Okay. Now, I ask, already in your memory goes, I ask. What happens in your memory? Prichami. And now I go, I ask the book. Now you go, what's book? Pustakam. Now you go, I ask the book. Forget about the last one. I ask the book. So the verb always goes last in Sanskrit. Therefore, how do you say I ask the book? Pustakam prichami. Instead of prichami pustakam. That will be incorrect. In 99% of the cases, the verb always goes last in Sanskrit. Therefore, pustakam prichami. Now, let's extend this. I ask the book and garment. Okay, so again we said pustakam vastram cha prichami. Good. And then we add one more. Then we go book, pustakam, garment, vastram, spectacles. Now let's translate. Pustakam vastram upanetram cha prichami. Okay, good.
Cha will come 2 times or 1 time?
One cha, yeah. You go already in memory. What happens? Gachasi, and then water in memory goes jalam. So therefore, jalam gachasi. You go to the water. So there is no to. You don't have to put to the in Sanskrit. Just water. You go. Yeah. So that's the easy part.
So just the water gachati.
Yeah. Jalam gachasi. Jalam gachami. I go to the water. Gachasi, jalam gachasi, you go to the water. Jalam gachati, he goes to the water. Jalam gachati, she goes to the water. Yeah.
How do you say that water is going instead of he or she or you or me? Just saying water is flowing.
Water.
Water is flowing. How you say that?
Water is flowing. Water is flowing.
Instead of I or relating to someone, it's just saying that water is flowing.
Yeah.
Maybe in a river, water is flowing in the river like that.
What is moving? Water goes.
Water goes, I would say. Jalam gachasi. Jalam jalam gachati. Water go. No, we will say then jalam gachati. They will say now you iti. I'm gonna have to do the word iti. I would say something like jalam gachati iti jalam wadasi. So the water said, I am going. So already now I have to bring in iti and all these other words. That's why I don't want to answer it. Yeah. So how would you say, I'm going to answer the question again. How would you say the water is going? You would say, the water said, I am going. Okay, so now I have to bring in the word iti. So for example, who is going? The water. So the water is going. So it says, gachami iti jalam wadati. In other words, the water said wadati, that I am going. Yeah. I don't want to skip too much ahead because instantly the mind's going to go, oh, what? Okay. Is that clear? So again, I said, I am going, quote, I am going, iti said the water. Okay? See, this is how it is. I have to now bring this up. Okay.
Is this going to be in the on the website?
What?
This.
Oh, you want it, huh?
Oh, I was just.
Of course, I'll put everything on the website. But I expect people to learn in the class before we go into the group activity. So how would the water say it's going? Gachami. Okay, gachami. What's gachami? And then iti, which we will talk about. Iti means thus, or it said, or quote. And then what said that? Oops. Jalam. And then you put the new word we will talk about. Wadati. So the water said, I am going. The water says I am going. Now I'm not going to say, see, this is water says. It doesn't say water said. So this is a present tense, not a past tense. So now to do the past tense, we'll have to wait for chapter 15. Okay? Otherwise I'm going way too much ahead. Okay. Have we done, he goes, okay, how about the last one? He goes to the, he goes? No, he goes, gachati. She goes? Okay, it goes? Okay, milk? So now? So that means he goes to the milk. Now what about he goes to the milk and I ask the flower. Now forget about everything else, just I ask the flower. Pushpam prachami. Okay, so now we got the first one, which is duktham gachati, and then pushpam prachami cha. Okay, did you get that? Okay, so just divide it into two. He goes to the milk. Duktham gachati. Duktham gachati. Slower, because the mind is going to make mistakes. Duktham gachati. He goes to duktham, the milk. And then just I ask the flower. Pushpam prachami. Now put these two together. Duktham gachati. Pushpam prachami cha. Okay. Clear? Goody.
Would you mind to write there in, because there is no comma in Sanskrit, right? So
There's no
if you
comma.
have to write in Sanskrit the whole thing,
Yeah.
how would you write?
We will write it like this. He goes to the milk, so you say dug. That's too small.
Probably in Sanskrit.
Dugdham. He goes. Gachati. And then you continue the line. And then you say Pushpam. I ask. Prachami. Cha. Yeah. So that's all one line.
One line, okay.
Like that. Clear? 100%?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, yippee activity. Let's do a 20, because speaking is very important, so I want us to engage. How do you feel? 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Let's do 2, groups of 2. Yeah? Yeah, we'll do groups of 2 now. And we're going to start with greeting each other in our usual Namo Namaha. And then we will say, what is your name? Sir, madam? Are you well, sir, madam? everyone's going to be well, of course. And we're going to translate all of these statements. All of the yellows are verbs, which we have done so far. It's going to help you. And the blue ones are the words that we have just learned today. That's why I said take it down. And then also translate this. And finally, partner 1 will insert a word. For example, she asks the water. And then partner 2 has to go jalam prichati. And then same thing here. And then you can draw a word in the air and the other has to recognize it for fun. You can do this with your kids, that's also fun. And there's some Ami City that's going to be... groups of 2 or 3, depending on the dynamic that is around you. So I can't really put exact number. So let's find groups 2 or 3 and then begin. And I'm going to give you, just hand out, so you can use that. Okay, I'll give you 20 minutes. Find someone. Yeah, 3. That's 3. Do it 3. No, do it 3 if you want. Oh, finished? Too fast? And then you finished first, so you get one for you, one for you. Okay, 5 more minutes.
So how do you say
I missed what the cha means at
Huh?
the end. Is that when you're saying that is something?
That's end.
And
This one.
Parnam.
Parnam.
Parnam is what?
Parnam is
What's this?
leaf.
Worms, yeah, worms like it, yeah. And then Upanetram is spectacles. So
The child.
so leaf and spectacles.
So it's N is child.
Yeah, and is cha. Yeah, yeah. So the cha, it's like
N is child.
bacon, eggs, and that's the formula.
so then at the end of these, would we say cha at the end whenever there's an end?
And we have to say child.
Only one cha at the end.
When there's an N, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, now we understand.
I go, you go, and she asks for the book. So we were just a bit confused whether verb comes last. So it means I go is gachami, gachasi,
Yeah.
and pustakam prachati cha. Is that right? Or
Pustakam Prachati cha. And so and he asked the book. Yeah, Pustakam Prachati cha.
C. Third one, I go, gachami, you go, gachasi.
Yep.
And she asked the book.
Pustakam Prachati cha.
Yeah,
At the end. Yeah.
So because there are some places where we were confused whether a word comes, because for first two it's just a word, gachami, gachasi, and then the pustakam prachati cha. Okay.
Yeah. So put the cha at the end and you'll be safe.
Okay. The last one actually, which was gachasi insert verb.
Oh yeah, you can say gachasi prachami cha, and then they translate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, 1 more minute.
Mostly, like, over 40 words are signed on some sides. Like the pain will come in the we used to call it
She asked like, so we have to put something here.
she asked now she asked
Anything we can put a chala.
she asked where do you go? You go to flower. Got to see. Means got to see you. So you go.
भवत्याः पृच्छति मम गच्छामि च.
Okay, how was the exercise? Any questions about the order?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
C.
Which one? 2C? I go, yeah, I go prashami. Gachami.
Gachami, gachasi, cha, pustakam, prachati, or
Cha.
again one more cha.
Yeah.
Two chas will come.
Oh, good point. So I go, you go. So gachami,
Gachami,
gachasi, and then pustakam, prachami, prachasi, cha.
There is one cha.
There's only one cha at the end. And what did you have?
we had in between.
No, tell me, because actually it's not wrong. Tell me.
Gachami, gachasi, cha, pustakam, prachati.
That's correct. Yeah, also correct.
Also correct.
Yeah.
So there should be a cha at the end, right? If you use cha in the middle, there should be a cha at the end also. It's like
You can have also two chas. You can say gachami, gachasi, cha, pustakam,
prachati cha.
or you can say pustakam cha, prachati. Yeah.
So two chas may come as well.
You can also have two chas, yeah.
And one cha also is right.
Is always also right. Okay, now why is this order so a little bit mixed? That's the question. Because the order in Sanskrit is not that important. What's important is the context. You still get it by the context. And you will later see that I will cancel out putting the cha after the verb, because at the beginning, remember what I said, the verb goes last? So we actually don't put the cha after the verb. But at the beginning, just to make it a little bit easier, I will say that you can say gachami, gachasi, pustakam, prachati cha. Otherwise, later on I will say gachami, gachasi, pustakam cha, prachati. Yeah, that will be a little bit more correct. So for now, don't worry too much about the order. Whichever way you write it, we will understand it anyway. Yeah, and you will see later on, you will get a relief that Sanskrit order is not that important. You'll always get it by the context.
2D, please come front or back. To D.
Yeah.
Please prepare, come front or back.
Where do you think?
Front.
Really?
Please give in English in that.
Okay, Sanskrit will be different. It will be kripaya at the end. Yeah. Or, again, order doesn't matter. Therefore, at the beginning will also not matter.
We need the middle.
Is the cha after Kriya or before Kriya?
Which one?
In number D.
Yeah.
So you have pushpam,
Jalam, dugdham,
dugdham,
kripaya.
and then cha at the end.
Yeah, cha kripaya. Yeah.
Cha Kriya.
Yeah. See, even if I didn't say cha, it would still matter. You would still know that you mean and. Yeah.
Kriya can come in the beginning as well. Yes.
Yeah, cha kripaya.
Chakra.
Yeah.
Chakra.
So we're not that strict on the order, or because you get it by the
Can
context.
we put that kripaya at the front?
Yeah, you can say
That's also right.
kripaya. However, just to mean my, it doesn't sound right to say it at the beginning. So I'm just going by how I know the language. It will be at the end. Just like cha always goes at the end. In the same way, here kripaya would usually go at the end. Now, when will you put kripaya at the beginning? When we use the word iti, when someone says something and they're speaking, and then we will put the word kripaya later on in a different order. At the beginning, depends on how you speak. Okay. So, general lesson. Order, we're not strict in. Relax about the order. What's the tension rate on that statement? Are we relaxed on that statement? Okay. I'm saying this because then the more order is going to come very soon. It will be like what goes first. And this is a big problem at the beginning, is that the person thinks they got it wrong. But later on, you'll see that it actually doesn't matter which way you put it. The grammar is not that hard in Sanskrit. What's the hard part is memorizing, because there will be hundreds of declensions to memorize. Yeah.
So there is no rule? There should be a rule.
There is a rule, of course, yeah.
But a lot of memories.
Yeah. I'm just saying the rules are not that strict like in English. Okay, let's continue now with chapter 2. Okay, grammar. This is where the notes comes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
A lot of students here have a book. Is it where we can buy the book?
It's online. It's on Amazon. It's a website. I put the link.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yesvedanta/Sanskrit. On the first, I'll put all the resources in the first recording. It's got an Amazon link there. It's also got the PDF of this. Yeah. Okay, point 1. The first 25 consonants. Okay, point 1 is saying we're now going to learn 25 consonants in Sanskrit. And these consonants have a certain arrangement. And what kind of arrangement is this? According to where the tongue is, according to how the mouth moves, according to the articulation of each consonant. So, 25 consonants divided into 5 groups. Each of those 5 groups will have a different way of moving the tongue. That's the summary. And we can see in the diagram, we have 5 points. The first one will be throat. Another name is velar. This will come soon. So whenever I say velar, V-E-L-A-R, you should know it refers to the throat. The second one is palatal, and then we have the roof, also called retroflex. So whenever I say retroflex, you should know it's referring to the top of the mouth. The tongue is the top of the mouth. And then teeth or dental. This means the teeth are involved. And lips or labial. And now you can divide this order for memory into back, top, front. So what is Sanskrit pronunciation about? It's about knowing the order of back, top, front. Back, top, front of what? Of the mouth. Of where the sound is generated. So where is this back, top, front? What is this referring to? No. What's this back top? What's the context of this back, top, front? Yeah. Where the consonant is being generated. What's back, top, front relating to?
Consonant is generated.
The consonant sound is being generated. So if I say retroflex, what am I talking about? What comes to your mind? That means, go on.
The sound of that consonant is generated in
Oh, big egg. Okay. So the consonant sound is generated in retroflex. So when I say next time lips, what am I saying? What should come to your mind? Whatever comes out of your mouth should be in connection with the lips. Okay. Point 2. For example, the labial row, it says, I'm going to make this bigger. I already said all this. So the labial row, what's labial? Lips. Good. That's why I said there's 2 words to it. The labial row is pronounced at the lips. The A is added for the sake of pronunciation. Try say K without the A at the end. Can't. Even if you say K, it's still a small, subtle A, so you cannot say anything without the A following. Okay, so let's do the first. Starting from velar. What is the velar? Back of the throat. Not back, but in the throat. Velar. The first one is, so all of the lines, that whole line, K, K, G, G, Na, is generated where? In the velar, in the throat. So, say K. K. Now, K, there's no puff of air. K, 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 K. Notice what the throat is when we say K, K. Put your hand on the throat. K, 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 K. Now say K, 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 K. See that puff of air? That's called, puff of air is called aspirated. So what's K? Is that aspirated or unaspirated? And what's K? Unaspirated. Because, why is it unaspirated? Okay, so K is
unaspirated.
And which one? Okay, tell me which one's this? K.
Aspirated.
K.
Unaspirated.
K.
Aspirated.
K.
Aspirated.
K.
Unaspirated.
Excellent. Next, throat, touch throat. G. 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 What's the throat doing? Is there vibrations in the throat? No. G. 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 Can you hear the vibrations? G. This is called voiced. Voiced means vibrations. So if there's no vibrations, then something's wrong. So G, 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 G. And there's no puff of air. G, G. So now, so therefore it is, if I say G, is it aspirated or unaspirated?
Unaspirated.
And is it voiced or unvoiced? Voiced. Why is it voiced? Because there's vibrations in the throat. And now, G, G, G. Is the throat vibrating?
Yes.
Therefore it is voiced. Is there puff of air?
Yes.
Therefore it is aspirated. Therefore, okay, which one is this? G. G.
Voice aspirated.
G.
Voice unaspirated.
G.
Voice unaspirated.
K.
Voice aspirated.
Okay, so you get the idea?
Yeah.
So that means I want you to know, not by the order, but how whether there's an aspiration or whether there's a vibration. That's how you tell whether it's aspirated or unaspirated. You use your own experience to tell. And then the last one, which is nasal. So when we say nasal, this means any sound is generated in the nose, or it involves the nose. So if you say the word sing, sing, pause on the N, sing. Can you hear the vibration in the note? Sing. So therefore, the fifth one always has to involve the nasal. Okay. Now let's do the whole line. Ka, ka, ga, ga, na. And what's this whole line called? Velar or throat. Okay, so this means I want you to remember all these words. Whenever I say velar, what comes to mind? Throat. Yeah, or kanta. I'm going to leave those Sanskrit words out because it's going to be too much overload if you remember all these Sanskrit words. Next one is palatal. That means the palate's involved, and we will see now. Even if you don't know what the palate word means, we will know now by how the words sound, how the letters sound. Cha. Cha. Is that aspirated?
No.
Good, so it's unaspirated. Why is it unaspirated? There's no air. What about cha? Aspirated. Now back on the throat. Say cha. Cha. Is the vibration? Cha. 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 Is there any vibrations? Cha. How about cha? Cha. Cha. I don't feel a single vibration in the throat. Do you? Cha. Therefore, cha and cha are unvoiced because the throat is not vibrating. Moving on. Now back on the throat. Ja, 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 ja. Now hear the difference between cha and ja. Cha, ja, cha, ja. Can you see the vibration? Therefore, ja is voiced or unvoiced? And is ja aspirated or unaspirated? Because there's no puff of air. And then ja, 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 ja. Puff of air? Vibration? Yes. Therefore, it is voiced and aspirated. And then na, which is as in punch, punch. Now, the hint about this, you don't have to worry where this happens because the nasal sound is going to happen automatically based on the word that we speak. So this is the order that you don't have to ever worry about. Where do I pronounce n, 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 n? It all sounds the same. So the word will tell you where the pronunciation happens. Yeah. Okay, so palatal, the whole line. Cha, cha, ja, ja, na. Okay. Retroflex means what?
Roof of the mouth.
Roof of the mouth. Okay. See how there's a dot underneath each one? That means always tongue top. So if you say, you don't say ta because that's front. You don't say like T because that's like English. So the tongue has to be on the top. So you say ta, 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 ta. And is there puff of air? Ta, ta. Absolutely none. Now, ta, 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 ta. So no vibrations. Ta, ta. No. So therefore, it is both are unvoiced. However, ta is unaspirated and ta is aspirated. Okay? Same principle. Da, 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 da. Throat, please feel. Da, da. Is it vibrating? Da, da. Therefore, it is voiced and it is unaspirated. And then da, 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 da. Puff of air equals and vibrations? Yes, therefore it is voiced. And then once again, this is the tongue at the top. Na, na, na. So you don't say na, na, but na, 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 na. So this is the only one that you have to be conscious of. The other ones, leave them alone. They will become automatically na. Next one, same as the top, except where's the tip of the tongue? At the front of the teeth. So, da, 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 da. Say the difference between T and T. T and T. Like English, T, 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 wrong. T, 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 wrong, wrong, wrong. If you say P, P, that's correct. So it has to be da, 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 da. Okay. Is the aspiration? Da, da, da. Therefore it is unaspirated. Now, ta, 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 It is what? And is the vibrations? No. Therefore, it is unvoiced. And then we got same principle. Da. Strong vibrations. And then da. And it is aspirated. What's aspirated? Da or da? And which one's voiced? Is it da or is it da? Good, you hear this very well. And then na, very easy. Again, where's the tongue? Na. So if you say the word dental and I don't see the tip of the tongue at the front, wrong. So let's do the whole line. Dental, da, ta, na. Again, da, ta, na. Da, ta, na. Goody. And labial, which is another name for lip involvement. Okay. Again, ba. Swallow, no puff of air. Ba. No vibrations. Ba. And then pa. Very strong. Pa. So do you hear the difference? Pa. Okay, good. So I want you to practice this at home and have 100% distinction between one or the other. So if you say pa and you say pa, it has to be discernment. It has to be distinctable. Okay. And then ba, vibrations, yeah? Ba. And then ba. Okay. And then ma. Easy like mama. Ma.
Can we say this labial, the second one is fa or pa? In Hindi, you say like phalam pa.
Which, how do you say? In
PHA in Hindi, like
yeah.
you can say fruit, it comes as phalam.
Yeah.
In Sanskrit, it's a phalam.
Yeah, it's a strong p.
Pa.
Yeah, but as in pink, except p, pink. So again, let's get the T, because I know for the English speakers the T is sometimes. Say the dental line, where the tip of the tongue is where? At the front. Say, this thistle is thin. This thistle is thin. And where's the tongue? This thistle is thin. So that's your magical line. It should be at the front. Or then this thistle is thin. That's a practice line.
There's a lot of
yeah, exactly. Okay. Point 3. So each set of letters that we just done represents one single sound. It will never change. Ba is always going to be ba, no matter what. So that's why Vedic chanting, you can instantly come in and then it's like we all understand each other because we have both practiced the sounds and we don't change them because we learned them in class as how they're actually pronounced. Okay, 4 skip because you don't need to know what's kakara and gakara. Kakara just means maker, so kakara is ka maker. Okay, number 5. Yep, each row is divided into 5 sounds. Yep, we just did that. And then number 6. We just did that also. In other words, some sounds are aspirated. Yeah, some sounds are unaspirated. Some sounds are voiced. Some sounds where the vocal cords are working. That's another way to say vibrations. Vocal cords are involved. So voiced, unvoiced. Okay, very clear. We just done that in class. Now, number 7. Here is how the consonants are pronounced. K as in calm. I'm not going to use these words, I'm just new ones. K as in calm. K, calm. So just say that, so make sure you got it. K as in calm. calm, calm. And then K as in Khan. You know the Khan Academy? Khan, Khan, Khan. G like gate, G, gate, G, gate, G, gate. And then G as in ghost. You don't say it like that, but ghost. N. Now here's what I want to get from everyone is knowledge. If I show you this one, you should say this is no. Which row is this? What's this row called? Throat. Which one is this?
That's
Dental, danta. Which one is this? Retroflex. And which one is this? Palatal. So I need to know the difference. You need to identify which one is which. Okay, why? Because we just came onto an example here. Well, as I said, it doesn't really matter because the end's always going to be the same. But which one's this? No? Yeah, okay, it is the throat. Palatal. Yeah? Sing. 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 And then ch as in chuckle. Ch, chuckle. Ch, chuckle. Ch as in which. Which. Ch, which. Which. J, just. And then J as in Jhansi. That's a name. Jhansi. Jhansi. N as in enjoyable. Enjoyable. Or banyan. Banyan. Banyan tree. Yeah. See, you don't have to worry where the N is. Why? Because if you say banyan, the mouth, it's automatically in the right place. Banyan tree. T. Which one is this? Which T is this? Retroflex. Yeah. So T as in tank. T, tank. And then T like table but with more puff of air. So table. T, table. T, table. D, that means retroflex. D, like dog. Dog. But not the English one. Dog, not dog, but dog. Yeah. And then D, as in adhesive. 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 Say the word adhesive. Adhesive. So a little bit now more. It doesn't 100%. There's no English equivalent. Adhesive. And then na. See where the tongue is, where the nasal is. Gentle. It's somewhere in the nasal at the back. Can you feel that? Gentle. Okay. Now next, danta. T as in tabla. 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 T like, well, okay, T as in more air with table. Table. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. The dynamic. The dynamic. But the tongue is in the front of the mouth. The dynamic. The redhead. Or you could say Gandhi. Gandha. Gandhi. N, that's easy, like any kind of gentle. Just automatically, gentle. P, as in pen. P, pen. P, shepherd. Yeah, palam. 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 Boil. 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 That is clubhouse. 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 And mind. Mama. Okay. Number 8 we can skip because, as I said, this is not Vedic Sanskrit. Vedic Sanskrit comes after classical Sanskrit. It's got more rules, it's got more complications, so we don't have to worry about Vedic Sanskrit now. Okay. Now, more letters coming. So we got R. Okay, what kind of, this is a, we're not going to call it retroflex now, because it's not retroflex. So, like jewelry, we did this last week, that kind of How do? We do the same order. How does it say here? 1 down, and then 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then last roof. So again, then notice how it's hanging down from the top. It's not touching the bottom. So first down, and then little Pac-Man, or like a K on the other side, who has decided to, he's got an arm, like a Captain Hook arm or something. And then roof on top. One more time. Line down. Pac-Man, who has a Captain Cook arm. And then roof last from left to right. Okay, now long one. Again, same concept. Down, number 1. Pac-Man. And then Captain Hook twice. And then over the roof. One more time. Long one. Line down. Number 1. Pac-Man. Left to right, and then down, and then 2 hooks. Left to right. Okay, next one is L. Now you don't want to say jewelry, that was the L, that was not referring to the so that was my mistake. Now L as in jewelry. Okay, we have a half love with a broken heart, which is only half open to its partner. So half love, that is only half open. Full love is fully open. Again, half heart, half open, and roof at the end. Okay. A, remember that's a long A. Down, and then like this, and then down, and then again a hook, and then left to right. Roof always is left to right. Again we do another one. A, down, only 1/3 of the way, and then hook, whoop, like that, like a skewed hook, and then another hook like that, and then left to right. Now I. Again, hook, same as the A, but it's got one little extra line on top, like that. And then left to right. Again, I, 2 hooks, 1 line on top, or hook, and then left to right. Okay? Or, that's a long or. 2 versions. We'll do the same as a, okay, same as the last week. So we've got, what do we say, pimple face person, 3 hairs, and then it's got 1 extra, like a, which one's this so far, if I put a line on top? Yeah, so if we now add 1 little line here, that makes it instantly an O. So just again, pimple face, 3 hairs, and then line on top, left to right. And we've got ow, ow, same concept, pimple face, like ah, and then 2 lines, and then across. Again, ow, hairy face, 2 lines, and then 2 hairs. So owl has 2 hairs, or has 1 hair on the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so just imagine that's the head of the owl or the o. Now, let's do an alternative version. We have, which one did we do? O. Same like the a. Which one's this so far if I put a line on top? Yeah, and then if you add 1 more here, that becomes O. So same as long a, except it's got hairs on the head, 1 hair. And then you've got ow. Same principle, like a, which you already know. And then how many hairs?
2.
Okay, so this means they're both the same. Ow, ow, 2 hairs on both sides, and 1 hair, 1 hair on top, 1 hair here. Okay, so this, write down 20 times every letter, and make sure that it's always hanging on top of the line, and it doesn't touch at the bottom here. There should be a little space. It's not like English. It's not on resting down. All right. Now, we have dealt with the singular so far. What is a singular? What's the formula for singular? Amicity, which means I go, you go, or I, you, and he, she. It, yeah. Complete my sentences because this is for you. Huh? Amicity. Amicity. That's how I remember. Just amicity. TC Ami. Amicity. Now we're going to learn awaha, taha, taha. So if you learn amicity, now we're going to learn awaha, taha, taha. See the difference between aspiration and aspiration? So for example, we have this is the stem. We can put any verb here. Gotcha. And then we have three versions now. We get awaha, taha, and taha. So if I say gotcha taha, okay, we'll just do this. Here is first person, second person, third person. And this means what? Jewel. So this is two. Before it was singular, now we're doing dual. So if I say I go, what do we say? Gachami. If I say we two go, then we say gachawaha, because gacha plus awaha equals gachawaha. If I say you two go, okay, if I say you go, you say gacha. If I say you two go, then you say gacha taha. It has to be an aspiration. Gacha taha. So you two go. Gacha taha. Gacha taha. And this is very common because in the various literature you'll find, for example, Rama and Arjuna goes, or two hands, or two pairs of legs. So there's a lot of twos in literature. Therefore, we have to understand this paradigm, or just to memorize it. And those two go. How do you say? Gachataha. Gachataha. Which one's this? Gachataha. Which one is this? Gachataha.
Those two go.
Prachataha. Prachataha.
You to ask.
Good. So that's the principle. That's exactly what it says here that we just explained. And then we will learn the pronunciation of ha. So when you see this ha, all it just means, it's called a visarga. You need to put this word down because when I speak about visarga, when I say visarga, you should know what visarga means. It means an H with a dot underneath. And what does it do? It echoes the preceding vowel. So if I put a before the h, what does that sound like? Aha. If I put o before the h, what does that sound like? Oho. E, ehe, I, ihi. So it echoes the preceding vowel. It's called what? Visarga. Okay. Don't worry about Santi. I will introduce us at our own time. Now, interrogative words. When it says interrogative, it means the words that interrogate.
Questions.
Yeah, questions. And in English, they begin with WH, what, when, where, why, etc. In Sanskrit, they begin with K. So, Kim is what? Kutra is where. So that's one more now question that we can ask. Where? So if I say, how do you say I go? Kutra gachami. Where I go. Where am I going? Kutra gachasi. Kutra gachawaha. Where are we two going? Kutra prichasi. Where you are? Okay, you can say Kutra. Yeah, you can say. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, it's better. Kim, what you ask? Kutra gachataha. Where are you two go? Where are you two going? Because it's a present tense, so you can say go or going. Kutra gachataha. Where are those two going? Yeah. Okay. Next one. Now we can go on to new vocabulary. So we learned kutra, where, and then we learn now another important bhu. Remember the roots? Yeah. Root is followed by a little like Nike. Just do it. Bhu. So what do we say about root last time? Tell me some tips. What's a root? Tell me some qualities about a root word.
There are 10 classes.
10 classes, good. Yeah, very accurate.
4 classes that will look like.
Yeah, 4 classes. Yeah, we will show. Well, we show more than 4 classes, but what else is about a root? What's a root? What's the implications of the word root?
So you can add a stem and then ending.
It can form which you can know.
Yeah. So you evolve a stem out of the roots using a special formula, which we will talk about much later, which is called the guna strength, but you don't worry about it now. So out of a root, the root always means one word. For example, gum, what does gum mean? Go. So so whatever word forms out of gum is always going to have an implication of going, something around going. In this case, bhu is a new root, and out of a certain formula, you create bhava, a stem called bhava. And what is bhava? Is. So if you say bhavami, what does this mean? I am. Bhavasi, you are. Bhavati, bhavavaha. We too are. Bhavataha. Bhavataha. Those two are. Okay, you get the idea? How do you say I am? Loud. Bhavami. You are. He is. Bhavati. So if I say, okay, we'll get to that soon now. Okay. So bhavati. Okay, which person is bhavami? First, second, or second person is? Third person? Which one is bhavavaha? Is that singular or dual? Bhavami? Bhavataha? And is it third person? Okay, now you need to tell me, is it first person and which is it singular or dual? Which one is gachamaha? Gachavaha. Dual. First person, dual. Which one is gachataha? Which one is prachasi? First person, singular. Which one is prachataha?
Third person.
So the idea is, whenever I say a word, you should instantly identify, is it first person, third person, is it singular or is it dual? See, this is how our memory keeps building. Okay, so bhu bhavati. I am, he is, she is, it is, you are. Next one is vas, another root. Out of a special formula, we create vas, vasa, which means live. In other words, if I say wasami, it means I live. Wasasi, wasati, wasataha, you too live. Wasataha, those two live. Wasawaha, okay. Kim wasawaha? No, kutra wasawaha?
Where do we do live?
Good, yeah. You get the idea. And then another verb is smr. Smr. Which is, if you, now you have a nice stem, smara, and you add the ami city. If I say smarami, you have smarasi. Kim smarasi. What do you remember? Kim smarati.
What does he remember?
Kim smarataha.
What does you to remember?
Kim smaravaha.
What do we do to remember?
Okay, so that's why memory is very important to identify. Smarati. Smarati also, she remembers. Smarati also, she remembers. Smarati also, it remembers. Okay. Now sandhi. And, okay, without reading this, I'll just explain it. So what's going to happen in the course of time is we're going to have words like, for example, okay, bhavavaha. What is bhavavaha? We too are. So bhavavaha cha. So bhavasi. Okay, let's do number B. Bhavasi. What's bhavasi? You are. Bhavavaha. We too are. So bhavasi bhavavaha cha. You are and we too are. So if you write this, it will exactly be like that. So what Sandhi does is it says when you combine two letters is to make it easier for the tongue to articulate, we apply what's called Sandhi. So instead of saying bhavavaha, we will say bhavavashcha. Okay, so Sandhi means we're going to mix the beginning of the beginning of this letter and the end of this letter, the end of this word, and the first letter of the next word. And when we combine them together, we change the last letter of the first word. Make sense? And then we have bhavavashcha. Okay, so what Sandhi does, it frustrates people, is because they're they're used to sort of going, okay, bhavavaha, it's easy. But now if I see, and not only that, but you combine these two letters together, see the space? That's only for the sake of reading easier, but in reality they're going to be combined together. So this means what? I have to now decrypt and go, what is bhavavashcha? I have to go, cha, that sh and ch and ch equals h and ch. Therefore, bhavavaha ch. Okay, so that's the idea of Sandhi. So again, what is Sandhi? It helps us to combine two letters together for the sake of articulating easier, for the sake of easier flow in speech. For example, in English, you have an apple, or a pear. Can you say and pear? Say and pear. And pear. You see how strange that sounds? So what's easier, a pear or an pear? In that case, what's easier? Is it bhavavaha cha or bhavavashcha? Yeah, which one's easier? Bhavavashcha. So that's the idea. It's a lot easier to say. Or you have the house in English, or the other house. Do you notice the difference? The house, the other house. So the changes from the to the when it follows a vowel. The house follows what? H is a consonant. The other, that means follows a vowel. Therefore, the other house. So therefore, saying the other house is already a little bit strange. So that's the idea with Sandhi. And in English, do we write the and the differently?
Yes. No, we don't write what we say.
But we say it. Now in Sanskrit, you write it exactly as it sounds. So this means we have to know the writing in Sanskrit as Sandhi says so. You cannot just say the and then you assume, okay, it's the. You write it exactly as it sounds. So that's the beauty of Sanskrit. There's no assumption. Everything as it's pronounced, it is written exactly in those letters. Clear? Okay, and that's done exactly on time. Literally on time. So, this means we are now ready for exercises at home. Number 1, it says, learn the 5 sets of consonants. All you have to do... Huh?
What page?
I don't know. My page is 14. Yeah. And all you have to know is, if I say danta, if I say dental, what comes to your mind? Da, ta, da, da, na. If I say velar, what comes to your mind? Ga, ka, ga, ka, na. So that's all you have to remember. The order should come to your mind instantly. And number 2, that's the idea that I just said. Just remember it in order. Number 3, learn the dual endings. So let's do the formula. What's singular endings? Ami, city. What's dual endings? Okay, so it should come to your mind. Let's do it backwards. From what's Ami city backwards? T C Ami. Okay, now let's do forwards. Awaha. No. The dual. Let's do dual forwards. Awaha. Taha. Taha. Backwards. Taha. Taha. Awaha. So that means it's in your mind established. Okay, let's just do one little example and then we're going to set you home. What is kutra? What is wasawa? What is it? Wasawaha. We too live. So kutra wasawaha. That's so you say, where do we two live? Let's do, for example, G. Kutra, where? Gachami, I go. Where I go. Let's do D. Prachataha. What comes to mind? Prachataha. You too, what? Ask. And Smaraticha. And so you two ask and he remembers. And do we have anything else? So that's the, and then let's do some English ones. We two ask, what comes to mind? We two ask. Prachavaha. And then and when you say those two remember? Smarataha. So now you say Prachavaha Smarataha Cha. Okay. And where are you two going? Okay, you two go is? Gachawaha. Where? Gachawaha. Where are you two going? Oh, so no, you're right. Yeah. Gachataha, you two going. So kutra, gachataha, where are you two going? Okay, so that's the idea. And this is also going to give us the revision of what we've done. Singular, dual, and all of the words we've done. Gachati, prachati, bhavati, vasati, smarati. That's all the verbs we've done so far. So what you do is you cover one line and you go, what does this mean? And same with the other line. Kutra, where the indeclinable means they do not change the order. Okay, and then we've got session 3 next. 4th. Now, I don't know about, so we've ended this session now. I don't know about next fortnight because the situation may escalate. So I'll put it as a goal for now. However, I am also seeing the future. So therefore, if you're on the list, that's the only way I can communicate with you because I can email you and say it's been cancelled only to the government restrictions. So sign up and I will let you know by Thursday before the Sunday. Yeah. Otherwise, it's an on for now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Punarmilamaha.